How's it going, everybody, and welcome back to Lead Therapy, and thank you so very much for taking time for tuning in to my video. The information that I'm going to provide for you today is coming from USA Today, and we're going to be talking about Uncle Sam's Loans that is located in West Virginia. Uncle Sam's Loans is a cavernous pawn shop, packed with hunting bows, fishing lures, and camping supplies for the residents of this small Appalachian town. And located behind the counter is the linchpin of Uncle Sam's business, guns. An ATF agent arrived at the business to do an inspection. This was the third inspection of Uncle Sam's in 7 years. The two most recent audits found that the store had transferred weapons without conducting background checks and failed to provide safety notices to handgun buyers. At one point, ATF records show more than 600 firearms that should have been in stock could not be found. And of course, this is a red flag for gun trafficking. In both cases, the violations were serious enough to warrant stripping Uncle Sam's of its license to sell guns according to the ATF records. But agency officials decided to spare the shop, issue an official warning to its owners, and give them another chance to prove they could follow the rules. Before I go further on with the story, just a reminder that this story just came out a couple of weeks ago in USA Today, but this happened around 2014. As the investigators leafed through handwritten ledgers in the spring of 2014, they discovered that things had hardly improved. Sales records were incomplete, the store failed to report required information to law enforcement, and safety notices still weren't going out. The inspector typed out her findings and sent them to her supervisors. And what was their decision? You guessed it, they issued another warning. Months later, the ATF learned that Uncle Sam's was the backbone of a sprawling gun trafficking scheme. Witnesses told the agency that Stephen Adkins, a longtime shop employee who had purchased a stake in the business, had enlisted a host of people, including a colleague's girlfriend and his brother-in-law, to falsify paperwork so it would appear that they had purchased guns in legitimate transactions, according to the court records. In reality, the guns were used to bribe coal officials in a pay-to-play scheme at a local mine. Others were sold on the black market, witnesses said. One accomplice told investigators hundreds, if not thousands, of firearms had been trafficked through Uncle Sam's, according to court records. He recalled parking his truck around the back of the store, loading up guns and delivering them to a convicted felon. Another accomplice said he drove guns from Uncle Sam's to Adkins' home, where Adkins allegedly sold them out of his basement. Adkins pleaded guilty to aiding and abetting a false statement relating to purchases of more than 50 firearms from late 2008 to August 2014. He was sentenced to 10 months in prison. No one else was convicted in the trafficking scheme. I don't know about you guys, but I just find it ridiculous that the ATF didn't close this place down once they found out that hundreds of firearms were missing from that shop and were unaccounted for, and 2 different times gave them warnings instead of closing them down. Where are they? Are some of them on the streets? Or are all of them in Mexico? Let me know where you think those firearms are in the comment section down below. And if you enjoyed the video, and if I gave you some information you didn't know, please like, share, and subscribe, and hit those post notifications. And I will see you in the next video.